I'll give you guys a minute to catch up on that one. Everybody good with that? Anybody not good with our total resistance, 694? Okay, cool. So now let's figure out our total current, which would be our 48 volts divided by our 694 ohms. Something like 69 milliamps. Okay. Okay, so now let's figure out what we can do next. We know that the upper branch, this section here, had a total resistance of 362 ohms. So if we take our total current, 69.11 milliamps, times 362.241 ohms, it gives us a voltage of 25.035 volts. Okay? So this branch here has a total voltage of 25 volts. 25.035. Which means R1 has a voltage of 25.035. You guys see that? Since R1 would see all the voltage. Now the sum of the voltages of R2 and R3 would have to add up to 25.035 volts. Now for the bottom branch, it had a resistance of 332.29. Okay, and it sees the same current. So it's going to see 22.965 volts, which means R4, the voltage across him is 22.965. Are you guys still following me? And did I lose anybody yet? Frank?
I'm good.
Okay, so now, let's take a look at this and we can calculate one more thing that's going to really make this problem easier. So we know R1 has 25.035 volts and its resistance of 847 ohms. So we can calculate the current flow through R1. So that'd be 25.035 volts divided by 847 ohms. 29.557 milliamps. So we start out with a total of 69 milliamps here, 29.557 went through R1. So how much went through R2 and R3?
Together? Do you say together, Jim? I couldn't hear you.
Okay, I'm saying if we started out with a total current of 69 milliamps,
Yeah.
and we've calculated that 29.557 went through R1, so how much went through R2 and R3?
You got to minus the 69.11 by the 29.557.
Right. So that would be 39.553 milliamps for R3 and R2.
Yeah.
Okay? So if both those guys had 39 milliamps, we can figure out their voltage drop. And when we figure out their voltage drop, when you add them together, it should equal 25.035, right? Since they're in parallel with R1, and he has 25.035.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and calculate that. So 39 milliamps times 336 ohms, that gives me 13.289 volts.
289, yeah.
Then if we multiply 39 milliamps by 297,
$11.747.
okay, let me see.
And yeah, 25 volts.
Yep.
You add both those together, same as R1.
Okay, 11.747. Okay, so now we can do R4, R5, and R6, this branch, basically the same way, right?
Uh-huh.
First, we'll figure out our current through R4, which will be 22.965 volts divided by 421 ohms. Which is 54.548 milliamps.
Oh, yeah.
So remember we started out with 69 here, right? We had 69 here, it split up and it combined, so 69 is here again. So if 54 is going this way,
Yep.
14.562 milliamps is going through R5 and R6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we can go ahead and figure out the voltage drop for R5 and R6. And when you add them together, they should equal 22.965. Okay, this one is 10.149.
Yeah.
And this one is 12.814. So you add those together, I got 22.964 or something like that, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22.9. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you guys, it doesn't get any more complicated than this. If you can do this kind of problem, you can do any electrical resistance problem you will have anywhere in metering, probably. But definitely, if you can do this, you'll be ready for the test. I'm hoping this makes sense going through these.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, and you guys are probably understanding the logic behind doing it. And as you do these, it will really ingrain the series and parallel principles.
Yeah, the more we do, the more easier it gets.
Cool. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we call it a night? If you haven't already worked through the problems, try to work them, because it's you get a lot more value when you try to work them yourself and work on your thought process. And then if we have any questions about these, we'll go over them on Monday. And then on Monday, we should be getting, let me see, what's next in the book here. We're on chapter 5. We're not doing chapter 6. Chapter 7, we'll get into magnetism. And probably, that won't take long. Then we'll move into some of chapter 8, 9, and then get into capacitance and inductance. And capacitance and inductance, they work, hand in hand. If you can understand one, the other one is just a little bit different. And then after that, we'll cover some transformer stuff and get in a little bit of RLC circuits using power factor and that kind of stuff. And that would be pretty much it. So, yeah, if we do the schedule the way we said, we will have time to go through the rest of this.
Yeah, the Mondays and Wednesdays, yeah.
Yeah.
And, that off day on Saturday is the 8th.
Yes. Also, let me tell you what happened on Saturday. I have to find a different place. I talked to the people in San Ramon. They said we can't come here on Saturday. So, I'm looking for another location, maybe the yard in Richmond or the yard in Oakland. Do you guys have a preference?
I don't really care, but just as long as we do meet. I definitely want to meet and go over this all day.
Exactly. So, we'll think about it, and we'll either do Oakland or Richmond.
Whatever has better food nearby.
Better food? Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's do Richmond. There's a little place nearby that has some pretty good food. Okay, so I will send out a revised meeting invite on that one, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good. So, let's see, today's Wednesday, I guess we'll talk on Monday.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't finished the reading in the book and the online training modules, you may want to finish those up.
Yeah, we're chapter 5 in the book, right?
Say again?
You said in the book, read through chapter 5?
Yeah, but now I'm saying for Monday, since we're already done chapter 5, you know what? Let me look at the reading assignments. I'll send out a new reading assignment list.
Okay.
But yeah, we're going to be going into chapter, let me see. Yeah, we pretty much killed chapter 5. So we'll be going into chapter 7, 8, 9. And then we'll be doing 10, 11, 12, and some of 13, and that'll be it. But all those will go quicker since we spent so much time on 5.
Okay.
Cool. All right, folks. I'm gonna go get me something to eat again, and I'm gonna head home. You guys have a good night,
Sounds good, yeah.
and I will talk to you guys next week. Yeah.
Yeah, talk to you on Monday.
Darryl.
Will you send out the invites for Monday?
Yes, I will send out the invite for Monday. Matter of fact, I'll do it right now.
Okay.
Cool. All right, folks. Everybody have a good night and stay safe.
All right, you too, Jim. Thanks.
All right, man. Okay.